Welcome back to the Garden with Joe and Holly radio show. Thank you for being with us today. It's time for your questions, our answers to the top of the hour. If you've got a question, we've got an answer. You can do that by giving us a call at 1-800-927-SHOW. That's 1-800-927-7469. If we can't get you on before the top of the hour, leave a message. We'll call you back with an answer. Or you can send us an email anytime, and you can call anytime. You can send us an email anytime to gardentalkradio@gmail.com. That's gardentalkradio@gmail.com.
So,
yes,
we have a question here.
It's sponsored by Fleet Farm and fleetfarm.com.
Correct. What is the best way to know when to harvest onions and potatoes so they are as large as possible?
Well, on onions, when the top crimps over on the base right above the bulb, the time to harvest is now. They're not going to get any bigger. That is the veins in order to uptake nutrients into the top of the onion. When it crimps over, regardless of the size of the bulb, it's time to harvest. They're not going to get any bigger, so you just go ahead and harvest. With potatoes, after 10 weeks of planting, you can harvest baby potatoes. If you want to maximize the potential of the tuber at the time of, as the plants begin to die back, once you see a discoloration on the top of the plant, you can go ahead and harvest them. The energy is already done putting into the tuber, regardless of the size of them. So you don't have to wait until the plant completely dies and dissipates and goes away, and then you got to guess where was my potatoes at because the hills are kind of falling apart. You can do that at any time after the plants begin to die off.
Each year, I attempt to have sweet peppers. Everything in my garden, vegetables and fruits grow great, but the pepper plants always look puny. They have peppers on them right now, but the plant doesn't even look strong enough to hold them to maturity. Leaves are not that green like they should be, and the plant is not bushy. I never know if they like more or less watering. What do you think? So consistent watering is best for peppers. Peppers are very fidgety. Yeah. They like the consistent watering. You can also add a pepper fertilizer. An all-purpose fertilizer would do, but a pepper fertilizer will have a high number on the third number on the package. So when you're looking at a package of fertilizer, it's going to have 3 numbers. That's NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So the third number is the potassium. Otherwise, if you are experiencing pepper problems all around, all-purpose is good too. Maybe get a soil test because...
Soil test from soilsavvy.com. That's going to tell you. A soil test from soilsavvy.com, Holly, is the best place to go because you can't just look at the soil and go, yeah, that's the problem. Even though the pepper is showing certain characteristics, there can be a multitude of reasonings for such characteristic being shown by the pepper plant.
Absolutely correct. So that is the solution there.
All right, next question here. I'm a new gardener, 3rd season. This summer, my family had some hard health problems, hard times in health problems, and I completely missed planting the season. I live in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Now here I am in mid-July. I'm about to go on vacation, worried about my soil and my raised beds. What is the best next step? Is there something specific I could plant as a cover crop, or should I just wait until late August? Honestly, all I've been doing this summer is pulling weeds out of the raised beds where nothing has been planted. Any advice or guidance is appreciated.
Yeah, so we appreciate the email and the question always. If you are going to plant a fall crop in August, buckwheat is a fast-growing cover crop. It can grow 2 to 3 feet within 4 weeks, and there's no shame in waiting until late August also. Just to add on to this isn't quite the question. If you are thinking about growing something that is edible, I don't really know what buckwheat is.
Buckwheat is grain. It's a grain.
Just grain.
Yeah.
You could grow things like lettuce, peas, root crops like rutabaga, turnips,
radishes,
carrots, right?
Carrots 70 days. Yeah.
Yeah, carrots would be okay.
Radishes
so you do
for
have
30.
Some. Yeah, you do have some options for fall planting.
All right, Holly. I was wondering, how do you get rid of cucumber beetles? I used neem oil, but they aren't going away.
Sure. So neem oil does not kill insects right away. Unfortunately, it interferes with their hormones.
And it messes with it. It gets the eggs. It doesn't get the adult insects.
So you want to keep that in mind. It's not
a large caliber firearm might be appropriate.
I don't think you need to shoot bugs. Oh my goodness!
They have guns that shoot salt at flies. Okay, so.
All right. So anyway, that's a salt gun.
Yes, that's right.
So the oil does work eventually, but it doesn't take care of the problem like immediately. And so that's something to keep in mind.
You're trying to disrupt the reproductive cycle here.
Yeah. You can also use a row net over the cucumbers. It's not going to be perfect, but it is an option. You can spread diatomaceous earth around the base of the plants. Or sometimes people spread coffee grounds because it smothers out those beetles and their larvae.
Well, if you're going to do the cover on your row, don't do it now. If you've already got them, don't do it. That's something that as soon as you plant the crop next year, then you put the cover over top of it to prevent any potential infestation of the bugs.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.